early.
What's good, folks? We are back. It's another episode of Early.
Once again, man.
Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to the channel.
Do that. Share it. All that.
Yeah, man. We are back, man. We are back. I feel like it's been a little bit since. It's been a few weeks since the last time.
It's been a busy 2025.
Facts. Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. Yeah,
for sure, man. Yeah. But y'all know. We always
gotta
come
back.
back.
We always
got
like,
updates. We always got updates on our ends.
We can't stay away
exactly,
too long,
bro.
man. We always got to come back and touch base about what we on and some of the things that's just running through our minds, bro. It's funny because how this show started. Well, I'll say even like how, because you used to come on to my other podcast a lot.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? And like just how all this shit started, just every so often we would just get together and just rap about a bunch of shit.
100%.
And shit, motherfucking what, like how many years would you say?
Shit would go
like
on a
4 or 5 years later, we're still doing the shit. Like I'm saying, like I mean, shit. COVID was 5 years ago. Yeah, I mean, so I know you probably for like 7-8 years now.
It's longer, bro.
Like,
I mean, on tap days is 2017, 2018.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Before COVID,
yeah,
tap was done. Before
COVID. It was over by the time COVID hit us. You know what I'm saying?
In the middle, we did this shit, and kind of your points, kind of like, we having all these conversations, being content creators, and we're seeing the day that we living in right now, especially when you see social media, you see how short form rules everything. It's kind of like, bruh. We have literally these priceless gems. I
mean, I don't know. Obviously, short form does run a lot, but I think long form. I mean, long form is where you get the short form from. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of just
more so like this, obviously different types of whatever y'all trying to digest.
Exactly.
We have that for you, right? Yeah. So it's not a replacing thing. It's just kind of like the things that we do when we have these conversations that span. It's like, there are little gems within these conversations all the time. You know what I'm saying?
I remember, bro. A couple weeks ago, I was over there fucking with Serge and Theo.
Okay. Serge and Theo.
Yeah, and we were talking about how Gil's Arena. Like I think we were talking about Gil's Arena, a topic that was happening on that show, and then Theo was like, "Damn, bro, like that's literally what we used to do with Sporty Life." You know what I'm saying? You was on there like I think a couple times. I was like, "Damn, like it's very crazy how far the whole like YouTube landscape has come in the last like 8 years." You know what I'm saying?
You know, everybody has to transition too. Once your career is done in one field.
Yeah.
You starting to realize it's kind of like, the people that had paved the way were kind of like people like ourselves and people all over that was just really
all
trying
over
to
that
get
was
their
just,
message across.
Exactly.
So now, the funny thing that you see, and even in the streaming world, people that have platforms that establish them through other means, they're kind of like, I need to get on that.
They come into this.
I need to do that.
Because the thing is, it's fun, bro. Like you just talk about whatever's going on. Like,
if you peep everybody's sets, like any show, any joints you tune into, it's like that person, their personality, their character, like Pat McAfee show, the Gil show,
which you didn't get to see
100%.
Until they started doing this.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So
like,
until they got into the camera.
This is what I'm on.
Exactly.
You know?
And then also too, just getting people, not just getting their takes from like a personal perspective, but also seeing how if it's like a Gil's Arena, how he breaks down the game. Because I will say, like, Gilbert gets a lot of flack for like playing too much, but he be really spitting his shit when he's talking basketball. I think that's how we came up. The joint with the gun situation. Of course. What'd you think?
It was a good. I haven't watched like one of those. Like I've been watching a lot of like just like series.
So
it's been a while since I watched that little doc. And
I think that's how it came up when we were talking about. I think it came up because of the documentary, but that shit was
really good.
It shit took me back, bro.
Yeah,
but also too, I remember it happening. I remember.
Shit was crazy.
I don't remember it being that deep because we didn't have an inside scoop. All we heard in the media was one day niggas decided to bring guns into the locker room.
I definitely felt bad for old boy Craig.
His life was ruined after that. Gilbert was just fine. You know what I'm saying? Gilbert was just fine. Craig did ruin his life, bro. Like, it is unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? It is unfortunate.
I was like, a hell of a story. I was like, man, shout out Crittenden for being involved in this because it hit harder that he's in this joint as opposed to Gilbert is just telling the story.
Just telling the story from his angle.
The fact that Javaris is in this joint hit kind of crazy. Like,
it was tough. Yeah, man, that was a crazy time. But again, Gilbert be playing too much, bro.
He really do. Even on his show, I think though. What we come back to at the end of the day is I think there's a huge aha moment when people realize people are getting paid to just do this shit that we do.
Oh, already. Yeah.
We just already be together doing this shit. So let's set it. It ain't nothing to go hire some production and set cameras up and roll. Like, because that's you see, nobody stepping out of character. That's literally who they are. So simultaneously, you're kind of learning and either like embracing personalities, people's. Because the one thing I have been having a conversation. I'm like, damn, bro. Like now more than ever, it's like everybody's trying to develop their personal brand. Like everybody, is hyper aware of it. I'm not trying to say it's new, but now it feels like everybody is hyper aware. Like, bro, no matter where you're at, you are a brand in itself, and it's like anything that I could do to like boost that. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. You know?
What do you make of that? Is that a good thing, bad thing, or it's neither?
I think I'm leaning towards that neither. Just kind of like how things have shifted, and it's so crazy how so many things we just point towards social media because it really does I think open the market up. It has opened the market up, right? And it's like, damn. And social media, and also how was I gonna say? Just the fact that content is so easily, you can also easily make it too. You have a phone. My phone is to text and call, but this fucking camera has all these damn megapixels. This shit looks amazing. I could just go buy a tripod off of Amazon, get it same day shipped, and boom. And it's like the ease of access. And to just post to upload, I feel like is never before. It has never been this easy to actually just put shit out and actually at high quality, and I used to be somebody that used to be like, when I looked at these streamers, I used to think I guess I realized value is subjective in itself because some people's values just if I could get entertained by something. So I used to look at shit being so stupid, and I said, "This is dumb. This doesn't like
what is this?
Fast forward, no, that shit is the most. That is the most craziest shit. Like everybody is so engulfed in that and so interested in that. I'm like, I'm the dumb one. It don't matter what y'all think because there's so many markets and so many niche groups and so many demographics that you can hit. It's kind of like as long as you know your target, you just go to them. It doesn't. I don't care about all of the outside that I missed. I was just going for the target. So
and it's so much of it. There's first of all, I wanted to say. So I asked you if you think it's a good thing, bad thing, or neither. I feel you on the neither part. The only thing that I find
I can say good and bad about it both. So I kind of feel like
so it just they cancel out. They cancel each other out.
I can't say it's more this than that.
I think with the fact that we are all branding ourselves. So we gotta doctor our image is I think just something that's kind of interesting. And I feel like that's what I am starting. I feel like we're starting to see the effects of people doing that for over a decade. I don't know. Have people been? I wouldn't say people. Well, say 2015. 2015. But the thing about early social media is that it was just showing what you're doing, and you do have you have people who will stream for 24 hours. So literally, some of this shit they can't be on for 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? So some of the shit they're doing is real shit. But early on social media days, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers is just outside. It with a nice view and just take a picture and put that on their Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Now it's way more. It's way different. You know what I'm saying? But I will say that it's way different. But it's we're starting to see the long-term effects of
100%.
Moving like that. You know what I'm saying? Or presenting ourselves like that, and everything kind of being able to be presented. You know what I'm saying? I would say things that it shouldn't be presented be presented on people's pages and shit like that. But
you know, it's funny. Here's a little like a timestamp.
Yeah.
And I remember it because we actually discussed this on. I think we discussed this like on Tap. It was one of the episodes. It was the episode with me, you, and Phil shot in your office. Yeah. I don't know if you remember that.
I think so. Yeah. I don't remember. I remember me and you, and I remember Phil and
then
me.
we did one with my boy Adrian too. And you recorded us. We're talking sports and shit. But me, you,
and
Phil
I remember that.
It might not even been an episode. We might have just been in there just chopping it up. And I remember we were talking about, I think Jake or Logan Paul, one of the two, about recording a body that somebody had recorded.
Oh, in the forest.
Who had killed himself in the forest, in the Japanese forest.
Yeah.
And I'm like, remember what they were, who they were in their brand then, and now what it is. And it's like, I could never in a million years tell you that trajectory. Those kids were going to do. Like, bro, just the array of, bro.
What's his name is on WWE.
They jumped to different realms. Both just go wherever they want to do with it.
Yeah. And they got a show on HBO now.
It's like, I just think it's kind of like a textbook example of like kind of like personal branding over a span of time, like where that went, because those are still like, you don't associate them with anybody. They're their own thing. It's Jake and Logan Paul. It's the brothers. It's not like, oh, Jake and Logan are part of this or that, the collective. It's just a single person. Same thing with like Mr. Beast. I know we're naming some of the, I guess, anomalies because of how, like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's not going to be that level. But I think even Mr. Beast shit, like, Mr. Beast became a billionaire off of youth, like, just off of, bruh, like, he literally got 1 billion subscribers.
Yeah.
I didn't even know he could do that. This, or not billion, I'm like 100 million. I think it was 100
He's got something crazy.
Some shit where I was like, wow, bro, he shattered all the records. And the content's so like, well, what it started off as, it was like,
and it's entertaining. People just watch it. Like, he'll do like I'll do like a real life Squid Game, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like motherfuckers.
Now it's at that level. Be playing,
but
now he has
he's kind of crazy with the content. But I do think it's cool. It's cool in the sense of like the opportunity it creates. You know what I'm saying? It showed us.
That shit, bro. On that side of things, bro.
That streamer university shit was so funny, bro. So
are you on social media?
So I got on TikTok. I got on TikTok to shop for shit.
Okay.
Because like I was hearing how like their TikTok shop is crazy. So I got on there and I was just like shopping for shit. But the weekend that I downloaded it, I happened to like, it was the weekend of the streamer university shit. So like all those clips was just on my timeline, bro. Right. And I'm just like watching them. I'm like, oh, what's going on here? And I'm like, what's the story on this? So then I'm like going down like were you seeing this shit? Like,
bro, it's so crazy because I was not trying to watch it. It was all on my timeline. So I know a little bit about it. I know. I
wouldn't even say I wasn't trying. I wouldn't even say I wasn't trying to watch it, bro. Like as soon as I got on, I was invested.
I'm saying as somebody that wasn't trying to be invested.
You weren't like you weren't like checking for it.
I watch it. Like what's happening?
I saw like one joint. I mean, it was a bunch of shit, and that's the thing that was so dope about it. That shit was really dope.
Helping everybody's personal brand. Everybody should grow. So
but everybody just streaming on a campus. So you're seeing things from everybody different angles. You know what I'm saying? Everybody different point of views.
I don't stream you. I stream him. Oh shit, he's funny. Oh, I'm about to start watching his stream too.
Facts.
Literally, that's happening.
Facts.
Like it's crazy.
Yeah, like honestly, I learned about a whole bunch of people that I wasn't aware of before. Like, you know what I'm saying? I heard of obviously Kai Cenat, the DDGs. Like I feel like those are like the biggest streamers.
Some young kid, this little kid phase. To your point though, like I was learning about a lot of shit,
But that's what I'm saying. Like I like those two people I already knew about. Everybody else I just kind of found out about, but they were all like interesting in their own way.
DDG sold in the span in this. And Streamer University was included in that in the 280 hours.
Yeah.
And you already know he a top streamer. So, when you're looking at the analytics and shit, for like that session, shit went up, bro. For his 280 hours, $12 million. I was like,
He made
$12 million off that 280 hours.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, off his stream, just
and I will say,
just like we live.
We
just live.
But it's funny though.
Hey.
Because I also got on Twitch again just for like because I'm trying to stream on like directly to Twitch, right?
Yeah.
So I got on there, and that's kind of when I'm seeing like, okay, I see how motherfuckers can make money because you're watching the stream, but they'll just like throw ads in front of there. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Yep. But in order to be like ad free, it goes direct. You subscribe directly to the creator. You don't subscribe necessarily to Twitch to get like no ads. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like these niggas be doing crazy numbers with the streaming shit.
100%.
But nah, I think that shit is dope. As far as like I that's what I was saying before. I think the opportunity that it's presented is a extremely interesting one. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? 100%. Like it's very dope to see what content was, 10 years ago to what content is today. It's very crazy.
100%. But speaking about earlier today, and it was more so about like, how do you go about recalibrating, right? When sometimes you feel like you fell off some of these habits or like this discipline or, this route that you're following, whether that's like in personal goals, career-wise and shit like that. Like, what do you do when you kind of been like, yo, like, yeah, kind of been slacking, kind of been, making these empty promises to myself and not following through on shit I'd say I would do. Like, how do you go about getting back into your zone type shit? Because I feel like that's something that everybody sometimes constantly
everybody got like ebbs and flows of life. You know what I'm saying? Now that's facts. I think for me, I probably just gotta like read something that has motivated me in the past, watch something that's motivated, listen to something that's motivated me in the past. Right. I feel like that's what I would usually go to. You know what I'm saying? What about you?
I think a lot of the times, I think it's like a pronged process. It's not just one thing. It's like once I can do one thing, I could do the other thing and then get the flow. So like
a domino effect
one
type
is
joint.
probably like exercise.
Yeah,
like something about exercise just to be like, okay, cool. Like, cause sometimes even an exercise is kind of like you kind of tend into your mental in a way too. I'm focused on this. Would you say?
I agree with you, but for me, if I'm not exercising, that is the rut. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with you in the sense that I gotta get I gotta get back to the gym 100%. That's like going back to the starting line. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, like I was, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't even in the race before. Like I kind of walked away. But like going back to the starting line, it's like, okay, getting back to this, like the first thing I'm gonna do when I'm kind of off track. So I interrupted right there to see like, are you ever in a rut while you're still actively going to the gym or nah?
Now, so I would say maybe no, but I guess to give you even like a little bit more is, all right, let's say I'm in a rut because I'm not actually at the gym. So how do I even get motivated to get back there? And sometimes it'd be a matter of like reflecting on goals that I'm trying to hit and what it is that I'm doing at the active moment to even hit that. And then if I feel like I'm not doing, like one thing, bro, it's interesting because I know a lot of people might not have like the mental fortitude to kind of just be like, yo, let's get back on it. Sometimes people wallow or shit like that. But sometimes if I could look myself in the mirror and be like, yo, you're lacking, like that in itself be like, yeah.
That's enough to get you back in
there?
Yeah,
100%.
So 100%. You're able to just basically check yourself.
Exactly. And the more thing that I have to do is more so don't go on autopilot. You do have to check in with yourself and make sure you're doing that because sometimes you might just be following the motions or like that one Ferris quote. I think not all productivity, not all activity is productivity. Yeah. So you're moving around, you're doing this, you're doing that, but like whole time, sometimes it takes them extra hours. It's the extra shit to make the difference that you're trying to do because it's like I want a lot out of life, so I also have to put a lot into it. Yeah. It's not about bare minimums. It's not about just doing, I did that. Nah, you gotta go all out.
Nah, that's real. You know what I'm saying? That's real. I feel like I do have those realizations. Like you gotta, kind of do more than what's expected of you to get. You know what I'm saying? What you're trying to get. But
one person could be satisfied with where you're at in life. Like I know you, so I know like where you're at in life is like, no, I'm good. But a lot of people be like, this right here, it's good. Yeah. And as long as I just maintain this, I'm cool. Where you on some like personally, it's like no. Like,
I don't think that most people feel that way and can deal with it. Like I think most people when they feel content,
people that work at jobs for like 10, 20, 30 years. It's kind of just like
I think they're finding something within it that's new. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Like you're not gonna work at a place for 10 years and have the same role, same position. You might work at a place for a long time, but you're gonna be doing different projects and you're gonna have different responsibilities throughout your
let's
tenure.
say it's fair to say that, but there is an end of the what am I saying? Like
the
you can only
there's
go
an end of the line. Like you know what I'm saying? Like at some point you've gotten to the point that's the last
100%. And
and I think people don't like. Here's what I'm trying to say. I don't think people like that feeling. You know what I'm saying? So you had said, okay, somebody that could be in my position, even though I'm not content with it, that there's somebody out there that is. I think those people are kind of pretending to be content or making themselves believe that they are. I think deep down they also are striving for something, but maybe they don't act on it or maybe they don't speak on it.
I think that's
you know
the
what
main
I'm saying?
thing, though.
Because I think people that get kind of like down in life, like I'm talking about from a demeanor standpoint, like they feel like they're in a rut, they feel like they, you know what I'm saying, don't really know what's going on with their life. Like I think because that can look like all kinds of things. You can be somebody who from the outside looking in look like you have a great life, and you can feel like nah, you know what I'm saying, like maybe I got this, maybe I got that, but I don't feel like, you know what I'm saying, this is doing anything or I'm doing anything. And I think that's what it is. I feel like if you're in a position that got you feeling like content and super comfortable, whether you speak on it or not, I feel like that kind of breeds some sense of like resentment within yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Like does what I'm saying make sense?
It makes sense, but I'm just like it's just a different perspective.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, but I mean, when I know for me, when I feel like I'm in a rut or something, I said I gotta like tap back in with like something that I've read before. A book that I like to go back to is this joint called Outwitting the Devil with Napoleon Hill, and I've been seeing more and more people like talk about it too. Actually,
okay.
Like,
that's how things be happening. I think like over the time, sometimes come right back into people.
And I think that because like every so often I'll be reminded of it for whatever reason,
right?
And it's one of the best like life guide books I've ever read. You know what I'm saying? It's called Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. That shit is so good. It's basically about, I'll just give like a brief what it's about. It's about a guy that interviews the devil. And
so it's a story. It's not like his previous book where he's like speaking to you type of thing. It's a story.
It's a good question. It's not really a story. It's like a interview that you read. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so you're like in a room and you're just observing something.
Kinda, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, it's literally just a interview. So it's like a guy, he's saying that he's interviewing the devil, and now it's an interview between him and the devil. They're just talking to each other, and we're reading it. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but it's a very interesting read, bro. Like it's very interesting. But yeah, that's I remember when I first read it years ago, probably maybe like 2020, 2021. I was like, damn, this is probably the best book I ever read. And now I just kind of go back to it every so often.
Tough. Yeah, I definitely gotta pick that up.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. As far as so you know what made me kind of feel like, okay, like I gotta get back in the gym like tomorrow. I was watching this. Speaking of media pundits or athletes that in turned, you know what I'm saying, content creators. I be fucking with Cam Newton's show, 4th and 1.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
not the interview joint. I think that's called like Freaky Friday. But he got a joint where he just goes through. He just like he's like in the studio.
I didn't even notice that till you said it right now. Those are two different
he got like
productions.
But that show I fuck with. But he was talking about like a workout regimen, and I was like, damn, it's crazy because like everybody's life is kind of parallel if we want it to be. You know what I'm saying? He was talking about his workout regimen. I was like, damn, like that's like mine. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I was like, damn, I haven't been in the gym in like a couple of weeks. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was like my very next. I was like, okay, like this reminds me, like I gotta get back in there. It's been like for what? Like for what am I not going? You know what I'm saying? Like
watching greatness, or like sometimes, not saying that, but like just in general too. Like for me, like sometimes just watching some shit like could make me get like basketball. I could see somebody hit a tough move. I'm like, damn, I gotta get back. I'm trying to practice. Like I'm really trying, you know. So really, I was
finna say, speaking of basketball,
have you seen? Literally what I was. Speaking of.
What you think about how the playoffs is going so far, man?
I mean, we had the finals with it, man. I think it's been a great.
I mean, that's what I meant. The finals, the finals so far. I guess it's 3-2 right now.
It's been a great playoff.
Yeah.
It's been a great.
It's coming to an end. It's winding down.
Exactly. It's been a great playoffs, man. I've loved these past 2 months for real, but now that it's coming to a close, it's looking like the Thunder about to get it. I think last game was critical game. It was a critical game.
And Indy almost looked like they was about to pull off another stupid
They should have kept McConnell. They should have kept him in, man. He was doing his thing. He was doing his thing.
Yeah, he was cooking.
They had no answer. Yeah. He was because I know they were like, if he beats us, then he beats us. Because we weren't game planning for him to do that. We game planned to exactly what we did. Yeah. Tyrese Halliburton had a fucking did nothing.
He did 4, 5, and 5.
Bro, like you did exactly what you're supposed to do. So if this dude McConnell's balling, but then I understand, like, I get it. You put Tyrese in because I literally what. I understand
what you've seen him do all playoffs.
I understand the thinking. I understand the thinking, so I ain't gonna knock
And even when he has bad first 3 quarters,
but if anything,
he still kills in the foot. He still will kill.
But if anything, like have him play off ball, like have him be in, but like don't take dude that's got the hot hand out. Like just he got the hot hand, bro, and it's right down to the wire. But it is what it is.
I would say
it is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is. But I think Tyrese, he's 6'7". He could definitely play off ball. He could definitely play off ball, and he'll get it if he'll get it. But anyway, I think Indiana is still an example of a team that super just overachieved this season. Yeah, and they were right there. I did think they were gonna get it. Like when they were up 2-1, I was like, bro, it looked like the Pacers are going to get this joint, but. That game 4 was also critical. Yeah. Like those game 4 and 5, they let them go, and that was the first time that they've lost back to back since they've been on a streak for a minute. Yeah. But Thunder were also in that position, and they haven't lost back to back since last year. So it was kind of like
and you said that they're having a crazy year in Indiana, but I mean they made it to the Eastern Conference
last year. And you know why I say it's a crazy year is because I'm like, for a nigga like me too, I was kind of like, I ain't kind of like there's always every now and then these years there's always a team that gets up
Cinderella
into
team.
Atlanta Hawks a couple years ago was in the Eastern Conference, but you're just like. You wanted them to like.
Good. Last year, you're like, good for y'all, man. Y'all deserve that. That was cool. That was cool. Y'all did a good thing, but you don't expect them to even be.
And I'm like,
you don't expect second round exit next season or something. You want them to
validate their presence as a team, as a unit, and then not only like they could have went to the Eastern Conference and lost, and I would have been like, damn, Pacers are solid. Like they're actually a team because they're doing this now. But no, they took that shit to the finals.
They went to the next step.
They took it to the finals, and now you have the team owner talking about. Now they're willing to go into the luxury tax first time in 20 years. They actually want to maintain this core because they believe in it. So it's good to note that the owner is on some, we're active. Like y'all,
And
y'all
Carlisle
done
as
got
a
me
coach
active
is a
now.
great
And Carlisle's
coach. Like,
just
he's perfect.
he's
for
adding
that.
on to his Hall of Fame resume. You know,
Yeah.
like because
I
a
seen
lot of
they
his
said
playoffs,
he's
he's
probably
been like a
has the
player. Like the effect, like the coaching
they
that
said
he's had has been a big impact.
he's had the most two improbable finals appearances
Yeah.
with the
Yeah,
Mavericks
yeah.
and the
For sure.
Pacers. You know what I'm
For
saying?
sure.
Which
For sure.
I have to agree with.
For sure.
Yeah, I've always thought Carlisle was a beast.
He's
You know
always
what I'm
been a
saying?
good man. Always been like a good coach, but he's a great coach. Not a good coach. He's a great
Who
coach.
do you think? I'm talking of all the playoffs, like and like of all the teams that were in the playoffs. Who do you think had their stock rise the most?
That's a great question. I'd say the Pacers. Even though
As
you
a
can't
team?
say other, yeah, I'd say the Pacers.
Yeah.
The stock of their team as a whole. I do think all of those players definitely, you know, them last names.
What
a little
about
bit more.
like on an individual
You know them
level?
last names a little bit more.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
for
type
sure.
shit. Like you know Nesmith now. You know
Nesmith,
Nemhard now. You know
This
like 'cause
nigga,
they've been doing.
I remember watching.
Everybody's had their
I remember
moments.
watching Chad Ochocinco's show.
Word.
Well, it was with Shannon Sharp. This nigga used to call him Nimrod. Last year when they was in the finals or in the Eastern Conference Finals, he always used to be like Nimrod. You know, but he used to like he thought that was his name.
No, I know. I'm just saying. It's crazy.
What's his name? Nimrod. Nimrod. I like him, man. I like Nimrod.
Nimrod is really what you call somebody that's dumb. Like,
yeah, facts.
Yeah, nah, that's funny.
But you know, people do know their names a lot more now,
I'd say
for
them,
sure.
But I also do think that
I would say Matherin too. Like Matherin, for
he's
good
had his
and bad.
moments.
I feel like
he's had his moments for sure.
But that nigga 22, like he'll be all right.
Exactly, right. He very streaky, but he'll show you what he can do in a short amount of time. That burst, you'd be like, damn, this nigga, you know, this could he potentially could be their one in the future, potentially.
Be their one?
Yeah, in terms of it's
like
their
first
number one
option?
is a scorer because Tyrese is not that. That should be very clear.
He's like a point guard. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
He's a point
that's not
guard
what he
that can
do.
make
That's
big
not
shots.
That's not his shit. You know.
Yeah.
So there's that. But here's a question for you. I don't know if we talked to. Are you in the camp that Halliburton's a superstar? I don't think so. And I don't think that's a bad thing. Just to, you know, I think and not everybody could be a superstar.
Yeah.
You know, you could.
You know what's
but,
funny?
You know,
I think you could call him one, but the thing is, I think I might be using a different criteria than what most people are using. I would say even all people are using. Like, I think he's become popular enough, especially through this playoff run. I feel like amongst the like Gen Z crowd, I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like amongst the Gen Z crowd, he's a popular NBA player. He's probably one of the most popular. You know what I'm saying? He's probably right there with like Shea Gilgeous as far as that crowd. When it comes to our crowd and up, he's probably not. But we're starting to like look. We're starting to be impressed by his game. You know what I'm saying? So I think from the standpoint of maybe people our age and younger, I could see them calling him a superstar off of his game in the playoffs. But I feel like he's got some kind of like popularity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think him. I think.
But I don't. The last thing I'll say, sorry, I don't think he's like balling like a top 5 player in the league. You know what I'm saying? I feel like outside of, if you take away all of those game-winning shots, he's had like regular games. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing.
He's not like a top 5 baller, but he's I would say like top 10 in notoriety. Like people know who he is now.
Right, and you know, I just think there's something to be said. It's like, look, I think you can be really good, and you can also, in addition to being really good, you can also be really clutch. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't just always, you're really good and you're really clutch, and because of these two, you're a superstar. Because I think it's really because of those moments where we're kind of like trying to, make him that. And again, not to say that he can't be, but I think the main thing, the popularity and the namesake, sure, he's definitely getting the recognizability off of that. But I think off the actual skill and off like the talent, he does not measure up to several players in the league. And I'd be like, I wouldn't just group them on the same level. I don't think Tyrese Halliburton is on the same level as a Shea Gilchrist. I don't think they're in the same level. I don't think
you understood what I said. I don't think they're on the same level talent-wise.
I think they're noticed. I don't think Shea is more popular.
I think he's a household name like Shea might be.
I don't think Shea is more popular than Tyrese. Yeah, no. And I do think that also has something to do with their markets as well.
I did think that, like, maybe coming into the playoffs, I think Shea Gilgeous was very popular. You know what I'm saying? I think Tyrese Halliburton has become probably one of the most popular players.
I think is popular? You know what I think is popular? I think Anthony Edwards is
Yeah,
popular.
him too.
I think that's he's like
the most popular.
I think he's the one where people are trying to have is he the face? But I would be a person I'd be like, y'all talking about is he the face? Is Shea the face? Because Shea's better than Anthony Edwards, but Anthony Edwards' personality is so large that it's like I can understand why y'all want it to be him. Like, you're like, yo, bro. And that's why it's so funny, because sometimes I think that, to your point, like, but if Tyrese won, if he won this finals, that argument, it'd get that much stronger though, you know? Like, it'd be well, he did that. And now, like, you know, it's kind of like the branding that goes about that. It just gets a little bit harder to, you know, go the other way. But I feel like when he does it, and like when you have a game like that, you kind of like, oh, like he was like, I'm out the spell. Like, oh, shit. Oh, yo, you're good, bro. You're good. You're good. Yeah. Fuck with you. You're good.
Yeah. And that's the thing.
Levels.
That's the thing. Like, he had game after game after game after game where, like,
took those moments how he played the joints, where because he did that in games that he did not do good, and he's still like, yo, if I'm gonna hit this game with it,
Tyrese Halliburton wins the game.
Right. He
won them the game.
Like, he wasn't going crazy.
Pascal's been actually going crazy.
Pascal, man, he been cooking, man. I mean, he was the Eastern Conference MVP. You know, he was the Eastern Conference Final MVP. I be forgetting they be having that
which was deserved, not facts. Which was deserved.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, for sure.
What do you make of the
Thunder?
Well,
I mean, shit, man. I think finally, I think what Jalen did last game, that's like on some, man, bruh. When you get that Jalen, it's pretty hard to beat the Thunder. And Shea got his back up with 30 and 10. You dropped 40. I just did 30 and 10. When you could get Jay Will to do that, it's damn possible. Because he's 6'7", 6'8", bro. Like, got the jumper, got the fadeaway, can drive. I'm a playmaker. Stretch it out to three. Was all NBA defense as well, too. It's crazy. And now I'm also just looking at Chet. I'm like, man, bro. And Chet also, even though sometimes he'd be really streaky and sometimes, like, offensively he might not be, like, he does have a lot of impact to the game as well, too. And I'm just like, now I'm just looking at the Thunder like, man, bro, this team, like, even for the future moving forward, I'm like, yo, bro, this team is really... They're really something, bro. Yeah. It's a really tough team, and this new
they're gonna be tough
era of just having this young core, man. It's like
it's funny because I was gonna say, like,
has been arguably the third option in the finals. It's I'm like, Caruso has 2 20-point games in the finals. This is crazy. And then you'd be like, arguably, you could say he's in his prime, though. He's hired at 31. Like, he's in his prime right now. They talk about the old head, but he's like, bro, this is my peak. I haven't been better than I have now.
You think he is in his prime right now?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Especially when you think about the usage of a player like Caruso, right? I'm not playing all these as much minutes as these starters have been playing. And now when I have this role to play with the Thunder, yeah, man, I think Caruso. And I got the ship. So, you know, people really, my input is valued in that way. He been setting the tone crazy in these games, man. Crazy.
Nah,
playoffs, for real.
The Thunder, are a really solid looking team, dog. Adding Caruso and adding Hartenstein was huge for them, dog.
Yeah.
Like that made them such a much better team.
And Wallace too,
how,
bro.
Yeah. How I don't know though. I think we're in an era of
it's called hard to be repeat.
It's gonna be hard to repeat.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
so
in the
like
West
they might.
specifically,
I think
right?
they'll
Like
win it this
100%.
year. But like I don't know if we're looking at like a young dynasty or anything. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know.
Word.
I don't know.
Okay.
You know, I'm saying I don't think.
I
we
think
are.
injuries barred. Who do you think they're gonna have to watch out for right now in the West? I do think they're gonna kind of start off running with it again next year.
Oh no, yeah. I imagine. I think.
Because a lot of teams in the West right now, bro,
regular season
shit's
wise,
in
like
disarray. Like we could even transition to these trade talks, right? Because it's like, KD, where's KD gonna go?
Yeah.
He's not gonna stay there, but where he gonna go? Because it seems like everybody's saying he's old and we're not overpaying. We're telling you that right now. We're not gonna do a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm kind of like, yo, where does KD actually go? Desmond Bane just went to the Magic, and I think that gives Magic much needed scoring.
But do you think that takes Memphis out of the picture?
Yeah, but I think Memphis is trying to make something shake now. I think they're trying to also do plays, and I think I think Memphis is trying to like cap. I think they're trying to make plays and say they're trying to build around Ja and
Jaren Jackson Jr.
Yeah. But whole time I think Ja Morant's trade value is depressed right now. And I think if they can get to the season and have him cooking, I think they may consider trading him. I think they will. But right now, the market for him is not that clutch for real. So there's that. Houston Rockets are a team on the up and up. They're just going to get better. Mavericks, I think, and the Spurs are interesting too. I think they'll make a real big leap, but not like some crazy shit, but they'll make a huge leap. But I think the Mavericks are probably the most interesting team in terms of competing with the Thunder, because if they're healthy, it's going to be kind of Kyrie, Cooper Flag, Clay, Anthony Davis,
Gafford.
Yeah, if he doesn't leave.
Gafford, he might leave.
Yeah, he might, but
they got the other young boy.
Exactly.
Can't remember his name.
Forgot. Yeah, I'm forgetting his too. That's blowing me, but I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, that's just
yeah.
Nah, that's facts.
That's super.
I think
tough.
when the Luka Anthony Davis trade happened, I was on here saying,
see, the Lakers sold their team today. The Buses.
Oh yeah,
they sold the team.
Yeah.
Father bought it for $67 million. They sold it for $10B.
67 million back then is a lot of money. But
10B
is
account for the inflation a little bit.
Right, yeah, he like 1,000x his investment. That's crazy.
Insane.
Nah, shout out to them.
Yeah,
I don't know what are people saying about that?
She remains the she'll still govern,
like make decisions.
That's what she like the Cuban. She kind of hit the Cuban vibe. You know how Cuban.
But Cuban doesn't make decisions for them.
He's still in I'm just saying he has a role. He has a role. He's not owner. He's not an owner. Nope. But he
has zero ownership.
He sold his ownership stake, but he has like a role with the team.
What do people think about this? Like, because I haven't seen.
I don't know what people actually think about
it.
Yeah, I don't know about what people actually think.
Like,
about
it just happened,
but it did happen today.
Yeah, it literally just happened. But yeah, I mean, do you think the Lakers are out of the picture in the West?
I want to see them make a move, man. You know me, I ain't trying to say that, but we need to make a move. And I do think motherfuckers
need
like
to make a move. They literally just got Luka.
Yeah, right. No, but like this is
need to make a
the
move.
thing. Of reason why is because they go so hard on these assets, and what happens is we give up so much in the process where it's like we don't have the necessary players to complement right now. To your point, I mean, honestly, I'd be like, bro, I don't know how the fuck y'all can't get it together, but it just don't work. It's not good enough.
Yeah.
So, and it's not even about no star. We're past the star players. Just like, no, you just need good good guys around. Austin Reeves he made a huge leap.
Yeah.
You know, I got a problem with him. But like a dude like Rui, Gabe Vincent, Jaron Vanderbilt, you know, like not loving it.
It's not going.
Not loving it. It's not cutting it. Not cutting it.
Did you see?
Magic gonna be interesting though.
Did you see what LeBron said about the whole like ring culture thing? He's like, I don't know where this started. What do you mean you don't know where it started?
Yeah,
I feel like it's always been a thing.
I think that's just stupid. I mean, it's real easy to say it now that you got 4.
Yeah.
So now you talk about where does it start? Because, bro, that's what your whole shit was predicated on. You were trying to win rings. So
everybody's trying to win rings.
No, I know. So why are you trying to knock a ring culture? That's what I'm just saying. I don't understand why you're saying it's weird when it's like, bro, that's how you participated.
That's why we're all here.
This shit,
that's why we're all here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're all here.
Yeah.
Like, that's why you guys all play each other.
Don't gotta knock it. Don't gotta knock it, bro. Like,
what did y'all think? What did y'all think y'all were showing up and playing games for?
Colin Cowherd, he said something. And I was like, it was valid. He was talking about like the Jordan, because he was talking about LeBron saying that shit.
So they're always bringing up Jordan when they bring up.
Yeah,
LeBron.
right. But he just said the reason. He just said it kind of like just on some ring conversation. He's like, bro. He's like, do you think we remember how many scoring titles Michael Jordan won?
Mm-hmm.
How much he averaged? Do you think he's like, we don't know none of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
We know 6-0.
Mm-hmm.
We know 6-0 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we know. Like even the casual, undefeated. You know what I'm saying? And, yeah, bro.
I mean, I think that's cool. That is what it is. But LeBron going to like 13 finals or whatever the fuck it is crazy too. You know what I'm saying? Like I see. It
is.
The thing that I will say is that it is kind of corny to be
at
like
the end of your career, bro.
But let me say
and
this.
Now that you realize you're not about to get it, don't say ring culture.
I think nah. I think no, yeah to that.
Like,
but I'm talking to the point that Colin Cowherd is making. It's like, nigga, just because Jordan did that don't mean that what other niggas did don't. You know what I'm saying? Like even if a nigga lost 6 finals, you know what I'm saying? But he got there 13 times and won the rest of, or whatever the fuck the numbers are. You know what I'm saying? Like that is crazy too. You know what I'm saying?
I guess
you know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy to get to that many finals, especially consecutively. It's kind of like Pat Mahomes getting to all these goddamn AFC championships and all of it, like consecutively. Like some niggas don't get to 2 in their career. You know what I'm saying? And this man's gotten to like 6 or 7. You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Even if you lose a couple of and when Andy Reid did it when he was with the Eagles, like this man gets deeper in the playoffs than anybody else. He just always loses right here. You know what I'm saying? And I used to think, I remember having an argument with one of my homies during like I think two Chiefs Super Bowls ago, and I was saying I think Andy Reid is the best NFL coach ever, and I think I said it on here before too. But I was like, I think Andy Reid, if we talk about like legacy coaches, he's got the best resume.
Who do you say is the best coach ever?
Bill Belichick,
right.
Lombardi.
Yeah. Belichick.
I don't know. Like to me, it's Andy Reid, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I think to me,
but I think Andy.
You said what?
I give it to Belichick, but I do think Andy Reid is right top 5.
You'll give it to Belichick?
Yeah,
he's the number 1.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. He's not better than Andy Reid, bro.
Yeah.
Andy Reid he went to like what 5, 6 with the Eagles. That's before he even started. He didn't even have none. You know what I'm saying?
NFC,
then came to KC.
Won one bowl with them,
but he went to the bowl, but they didn't win it. They didn't win it, right?
Bowl. Nope.
Yeah.
They lost it to Belichick.
Yeah.
No,
that don't make it better.
Context matters, bro. I'm just saying. You lost to me.
He did, but that don't make it better.
You lost to me, and then Kansas City.
No, just because you beat somebody one time don't necessarily make you better than that. If we can go by our resume. If we can go by our
resume, I'm better than you.
No.
7 bowl wins. So you just want to do
My man got what? 4 bowl wins, 3, 4. How many did they got with the Chiefs?
Went to 9 and won 7.
Cool. How many?
He said cool.
Cool. How many? I know. I acknowledge that he's done that. But we talking about Andy right now. What did Andy do? He's got what, like
1
3?
with the Eagles, and then he's done 3 with the Chiefs, or 4.
It's probably like 4, right?
How much he won?
I think they've been to 7. I think they've been to 7. I think 4, but I don't. fact check this. But yeah, let me see how many
times he been there is 4. Been there is 4.
Super Bowls.
So if you do that, then it's 5. He has 5 to his 9.
They won in 24, 23, and 20.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then
so
then they lost one too to the Buccaneers.
And he's been to 5.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
he's been to 5. Yeah. So that's 5 with the Chiefs, and that's
1 with the Eagles.
Well, 1 with the Eagles. Yeah.
Yeah, 6 to 9.
Yeah.
And I'm not counting Bill Belichick's AFC championships.
7th, yeah. But he don't got more than what's his
AFC
name?
championships, his AFC appearances,
his conference championships, his conference championships. No, that's what I'm saying. But because he don't got more.
I mean, I'm not gonna.
But that counts.
I think that matters.
Yeah, no,
have more of them collectively.
See, this is that ring culture shit that LeBron was talking about. That matters, but this nigga has gotten to. He's gotten there. He's put his team in contention way more. And that's how you know he's a nice coach, bro. He did it with the Eagles, and then he came over and did it with the Chiefs.
That's why you top 5.
Bill Belichick did it with Tom Brady.
That's why you're top 5.
He did it with Tom Brady.
It's not enough.
He did it with the same quarterback. Honestly, the argument now is, was it the quarterback? That's literally what the argument has been since Tom Brady left there. Was it Tom that got us to all these Super Bowls? Like, what role did Bill Belichick really play? Don't tell me you haven't heard that perspective.
Don't tell me you haven't heard Patrick Mahomes is the greatest quarterback that's ever played.
Oh my God! But
don't
he did
tell
it.
Me you haven't heard that.
But he did it before Patrick Mahomes. That's what I'm trying to tell you. No, that's facts. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what makes his
way
appearance
more talented than Brady.
That's what makes his resume with the Eagles more impressive. Or not more impressive. That's what makes his whole resume impressive. He was doing it with the Eagles.
Were tough too. Bro.
Yes, he was doing it with the Eagles, and then when he got like a top 2 quarterback, you know what I'm saying? This is what happens. 3 Super Bowls, 4, 5, and this guy's still young. Like, he's still going. Mahomes, I mean, you know what I'm saying? So like that, if we can acknowledge Mahomes as a talent. We can't put the Chiefs' success solely on him like we could Bill Belichick if niggas wanted to do that. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
we could agree to disagree.
You said we could agree to disagree. And I'm not trying to get you to agree with me. I'm just trying to I'm trying to make my case for why I think Andy Reid. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing gonna change the fact that I think Andy Reid's a great coach too. I just don't think he's better than Belichick. Doesn't mean they're not great. Still great.
So, what is the case for Bill Belichick? The Bulls, the ball wins.
Yeah.
So winning that's
winning in 3 different generations.
So I say you have the greatest quarterback ever. What does that do to that? Like,
what?
Because you said Pat Mahomes was arguably the greatest quarterback ever.
Right.
He has who the argument is against.
I think
as far as being the greatest quarterback ever.
Tallies out like y'all both. It's not like y'all are doing this shit with Trent Dilfer.
Yeah.
Like then I would know.
Nigga,
he's the better coach.
He did it with Donovan McNabb. He did it with Donovan McNabb.
What? McNabb is great, bro. What are you talking about?
McNabb is not
quarterback.
He's a great quarterback. He's not.
And he just did
Brady.
it one time. McNabb. And
he's
Mahomes.
not Tom Brady. That's what I'm saying.
Acting like
no, but he was going to the
Foles and shit. That wasn't him.
He was going to the but he's going to the conference championships with that squad year after year after year after year.
All right, yeah.
I feel like you're not giving that enough credit.
Bro, Eagles was my favorite team next to the Buccaneers coming up with Brian Westbrook and LJ Thomas.
So that just doesn't matter to the resume.
And Dawkins and
that doesn't matter.
Lito Shepard, like, bro, yeah.
Donovan McNabb wasn't a Super Bowl winning quarterback. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback ever, and he did that. And then we can wash that off with Pat Mahomes might be the second greatest quarterback ever, and Andy Reid is doing it with them. What I'm saying is, okay, you take away great quarterback. You take away great quarterback. What are you left with? Andy Reid, who still went to 5 conference championships with the quarterback that he had, which is not on the level of the first 2 quarterbacks that we named. That's what I'm saying. That makes him the better coach.
All right, I can see how you can add it up like that, but. Yeah. I see the math, but
Speaking of NFL, I feel like with the season coming up, there's some moves I do want to talk about though. I saw Jair Alexander went to the Ravens. Did you see that?
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with him.
Oh,
though,
word! He's the cornerback for the Packers.
Okay.
Literally like a top 2 or 3 quarterback in the league.
That's tough.
For whatever. I'm not sure what happened
He's
in
on
Green
the
Bay.
Ravens?
He went to the Ravens. Yeah.
Oh, that's very tough.
I'm not sure what happened in Green Bay that made him. I think they released him. Like they didn't even, I think they just released him. I don't really know the story there.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that's a crazy move. I was hoping.
Yeah, I mean, if they went to the Ravens defense, just fortify that. That's tough because they've been making plays. They got the
What do you
Hopkins
make
move,
of?
too.
What do you make of? Like, what do you expecting out of Travis Hunter?
I don't know because I don't know what I'm expecting out of Trevor Lawrence. So I think that's
Yeah.
you know.
Do you
But
think
I don't
he ends
know
up
what
playing
he's.
both
I don't
sides?
know what he's gonna. Yeah, he is. I don't know what I'm gonna expect him to play more of. I guess it's gonna be cornerback.
Yeah.
Though. I think it's gonna be cornerback, but I know he's gonna play wide receiver as well too. I know the Jaguars drafted him with the intentions of we're gonna use him to his abilities, like what he can do and shit like that. So we'll see. But I guess I just want to see how it translates. I guess I'm just so curious to see how it translates. Everybody's saying it should, and I guess I don't have no reason to doubt it. I just want to see it. That's
too.
it. I'm not doubting it. I just want to see it.
Yeah.
I want to see how
And I'm not-
impactful
and
that is.
I don't have
that position.
I don't have as much conviction
You know?
as it seems like other people have. Is it'll work? Like I don't know. Like
I'm like it's the Jaguars. Like I'm just like everything around it too doesn't make me just want to be like it's gonna work. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, maybe if he went to the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Or if he went
Yeah,
to
it might
like,
work, yeah.
I'd be like, oh,
A
this
team
could be
that was
kind of
good,
cool.
yeah.
Like who
Went
knows?
to San Fran or
Yeah,
some
you know,
shit.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. So we'll see. And same thing with like the Cleveland, who they probably seem like they probably go with Flacco
To start.
Yeah, but no, know how that quarterback competition looking like over there. That shit's weird.
Yeah, Flacco.
I'm
Flacco
not
can
that
still
biggest.
play.
I'm not that high on Shador.
You're not.
Even though I don't think he should have went fourth. I don't think he was. I don't think he's
fifth
as
round?
good as where he got. Yeah, fifth. I don't think he's that. I don't think that accurately reflects his shit. But at the same time, too, I don't know what I expect out of Shador. Don't know what I expect out of him. I'm not like too high on him though.
Yeah.
But out of the
it's just
quarterbacks
this year.
that went, I was like, oh, he was better than some quarterbacks that went
He
before
better
him.
than Jackson
Yeah.
Dart.
Did Jackson Dart?
He went to the Giants.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
He
I
went.
think
He
so.
better than who? Who was? I think the Browns
The
drafted another quarterback
that
before
went
him.
before him. Oregon.
Go ahead.
I think it's
Gabriel.
Oregon's. Yeah, Gabriel. I don't
Yeah.
think he was better than him either. Even the Saints quarterback that they drafted before him, I was
Yeah.
like, I don't think he's better than him.
Yeah.
But a lot of these teams drafted quarterbacks because they had a vicious need for one. I didn't necessarily think it was like a strong quarterback draft. I just knew that teams need to start fresh, and they're just trying to look at somebody that has a good baseline of some shit that can maybe one day, be a
One
starter
day
for them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
necessarily
not like
save
it.
the
It's not
franchise.
like it was like some crazy like oh my god. It was
Cam Ward.
Cam Ward was the dude. Like he was the dude.
Yeah, I think.
And then Jackson Dart's good too though. But
Yeah, I also can't say that I was high on Shador Sanders. Like, I wasn't low on him, but to me, how the draft plays out is how it plays out. I don't know if he got drafted in the 5th round, then that's where he's valued at. I think we all got caught up in the fact that everybody said they saw something different. All the draft experts, but they literally have zero say on what teams are going to do. They just tell you what they think they're going to do. No. So I think they built up all this hype as far as like Shador going in the 1st round.
No, I think it's just a matter of, and it makes it's not a crime. I think teams just don't want to bring a rookie that is like, bro, you're a polarizing player. It is what it is, bro. You come with it's not like a lot of bad things, but it's like it's a lot of attention. It's like you being Deion Sanders' son. Like a lot of teams just, I think, just kind of were on some. We don't want the maybe distraction that we think will come with you. Also, you just being a rookie. This is the NFL. Like we're not gonna like deal with that. It's a locker room of everybody. You think niggas want to answer questions about, like, I think this the team as a whole are just on some.
But that's literally.
And this is the thing though.
I can't buy that a team
no, but this is the thing though. But to your
that's every nice draft
but
prospect.
to your point, it's not like your skills are undeniable. Where we just like, because NFL is a league where it's like, bro, if you're nice, we don't give a fuck.
Oh yeah,
about
that's literally what I was getting at.
So to your point, it's like we're like, you know, you're good, but we're cool on that. We don't think you're about to change the franchise over. That's why we'll, you know, because I don't like, to your point, the nigga that the Browns, I don't know what they got 5 quarterbacks in that room. I don't know what they're trying to do, but like the nigga in Oregon, he's not better than Dion. But so the logical explanation, and I don't think teams are wrong for this at all. I'm not trying to have to deal with that. Like, I don't want to have to deal with that type of shit.
Yeah.
I'm good. Even if it could have been a misjudged, like, bro, what do you mean? It's just, bro, he's just popping. Like, that's not a thing. But some teams are just kind of, like the Giants. Giants are, like, cool off that shit.
Yeah.
Like, or even off the preparation. To your point, you coming in and fucking interviews and shit, and you talking about, like, no, I don't know. Like, they're saying, like, when you had to draw up the play type shit, like, he ain't know it. Like, he didn't think he had to. I was like, bro.
Wait, no. I don't believe that. You believe that?
I mean, that's what was reported. That was what was reported.
He was saying he didn't want to draw, or he didn't know how to.
No, like he didn't think he had to. He was like, I'm going.
Oh, he thought he was above
the Giants joint.
Yeah,
the Giants joint went bad. Right.
See. So I
think he did a lot of. I think he did a lot of things, and then even coming up to the joint, like I think he did a lot of things to like drop his own shit. Like niggas are like when people feel like you're trying to dictate where you're gonna go, or like Deion saying, oh yeah, he's not gonna go there, and then they're like, bro, teams are like, bro, you don't get to decide shit. What are you talking about, bro? Like what?
Well,
what do you
the thing is,
like a LeVar Ball shit. You're not about to LeVar Ball this shit, bro. He's gonna go where he goes.
If you're good enough, you can do that. If you're not
100%,
good enough, then you can't do that. And I think that's what it boils down to.
Yep.
But that's my point about like why he went in the 5th round.
Yeah, right.
It's because people think
that.
people don't think
we don't think
the only
the
reason
Steelers didn't draft the quarterback. That lets you know they don't think you that, bro. Because the Steelers is like a prime example of a team that was like, they didn't get Aaron Rodgers. They had nobody. Even in the 4th round, they chose not to draft you.
Yeah.
That like, exactly. It's like, damn, bro. They obviously don't think you're a steal. Like, you're like, oh, we're good. Like, yeah.
And
yeah,
it's I feel he. I mean, obviously he got drafted in the 5th round. He would have got drafted at some point. I don't think, like, say he's there in the 6th and the Steelers are picking, they might draft him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but like,
maybe.
But I do think, man, I don't know. I just think, one, I don't think I believe the shit about him being cocky in interviews. That just don't make sense. Like, if you're trying to land a job somewhere, you're not finna be a asshole. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you might be more yourself when you think you have leverage. You know what I'm saying? You might, but you're not gonna. I don't believe that he would just be an asshole when he's trying to sell himself to a team. It's like, then why even show up? Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't believe that. But when I think about players dictating their own shit, I mean, we've seen it when you're good enough, bro. Like, Marvin Harrison didn't do anything pre-draft last year. Marvin Harrison Jr. You know what I'm saying? He didn't do anything pre-draft. You know what I'm saying? Got drafted in the 1st round. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like,
the talent is there. Right. The only thing I'm saying with Shador is like,
it wasn't there to that level.
Once pre-draft hit, once after the Heisman stuff hit, all of the hype we heard was coming from draft experts. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's, to me, it's like they don't have no say in what actually happens in the draft. Yeah, they're using their knowledge and everything like that, but maybe they just believe the hype. You know what I'm saying? Like, they bit whatever Apple, you know what I'm saying? And then they just started reporting as if like, oh yeah, he's a lock at. He's going to be the quarterback taken off the board.
To your point, I do think sports media in general has definitely like taken a dive because it definitely is trying to get ratings and speak on the thing that's going to be popular to talk about and get people more engaged, and as opposed to like actually analyzing players. Yeah, nobody wants to talk about the Gabriel dude. Like, you don't know that motherfucker. You want to talk about the Shador because of Sanders, and it's like it's just more of an interesting story. I think that's how. Yeah, bro. I think you're making a real point with that, because I do think if you rely on the media to educate you on who's who, you'll definitely not miss it. Like, look, bro, inside the NBA, I love inside the NBA. Like, it's hilarious, it's dope, but like, Shaq and Charles Barkley don't fucking watch basketball. They don't be knowing the players that are playing. Yeah. They literally don't know. They literally don't know. Like, who's that? Who's number? Yeah. They don't be knowing. But then if you go to another like joint, it's like, oh, they know. Yeah, they know. Yeah. They know because they watch.
But those niggas are entertaining.
Exactly. You know no, exactly. Yeah. But I'm like, bro, but I feel like that's a shift that's happened gradually over time, where it's like, entertainment is the number one factor.
But here's the thing. But here's the thing though. Like,
so like
that can apply.
Talk about that.
Hold on though. That can apply to Shaq and Charles and even Stephen A. Smith. You know what I'm saying? That can't apply to Mel Kiper. You know what I'm saying? Louis Riddick. Y'all aren't on TV all day to entertain us. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I ain't gonna lie. No, I ain't gonna lie. Mel Kiper, he just kept talking about Shador.
A week?
No, bro. It was weird. It was kind of weird. It was kind of weird, bro. Because he thought he was first overall.
Yeah.
He thought he was first overall.
No.
And he went 5. Yeah. The whole draft, he kept talking about Shador. And I remember people on Twitter was talking about like, yo, this dude Mel Kiper is so like, bruh, there are other players in the draft, bro. Why are you just keep talking to him? And I was like, nah, it's a fair point, bro. Like, get over that, bro. I ain't never heard you go over like so.
But that's probably.
But to your point,
it probably illegitimizes his take off season. You know what I'm saying? But he was. But I'm not even trying to single him out because he wasn't the only one saying that. But I'm just trying to say, like, there's certain guys who are on TV because of their expertise, not to entertain us. Mel Kiper doesn't come around any other time except for the few weeks before the draft. Louis Riddick is not the entertaining.
Louis Riddick is one of the.
He's not the entertaining guy. I don't know. He's good at what he does. I'm just saying, he's not on there to entertain us. You know what I'm saying? 100%. There's only a handful of motherfuckers on TV who are. We don't really care. We'll give you a pass for not knowing shit because like you're the entertainment relief.
But I think that the reason why I just bring it up is because it's like, but these are the same platforms that are supposed to inform you about the sports when the whole time they don't be really even up to date to even some of these small like if you wanted to be more in tune, like you could watch Gil's Arena. Like Gil's Arena be way more knowledgeable than what you're gonna see on the TV.
No,
like it is what it is. They're getting more in depth in the game. It is what it is, you know. Versus where it's like we started this shit off talking. I'm a personal brand. People fuck with this show because of us. Not because what we talk about on the game, but. Don't forget, hey, y'all roll and the halftime show, like when it's halftime and all that, is to tell the viewing public what's happening in the game. I think Kenny is far beyond better than Shaq and Charles. Kenny will actually always break down the plays. Like you got to be watching to know the plays. You know, every time you know they do the little run to the board and shit. You know, but like. Exactly. Other dudes just be like, Shaq just be like, he need to be dropping 30 or 10. If you're not dropping 30 or 10, then it's not good enough. Yeah. Like, I'm like, bro, it's like, that's not how
it's crazy, though, because I'm not going to act like I watch Inside the NBA every time. But I be seeing them do what you're saying that they don't do. I feel like I be seeing them do... I be seeing Charles and Shaq,
bro. They don't be
like,
shit,
you know,
really watch
doing decent analysis.
Nah, bro, really, it's trash.
It's
trash. I can't. It's trash.
I mean, far be it from me to try to defend these guys because again, I don't watch it enough. But I feel that.
But yeah, man, I think
we're winding down on the NBA. It's kind of like the worst time of year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
you know,
by the time we get back on, we will have a new champion. It's probably going to be the Thunder. That's what it's looking like right now.
All right, it's probably going to be some FIBA Olympics this year or some shit.
You said what?
FIBA. Wait, it's 2025. Never mind. No FIBA this year.
Oh, in the summer.
Usually now it would just be feeling like I don't know. Ever since FanDuel, it came into
There's
the fray.
always
Feels like
something,
there's
right?
always basketball.
There is always
like
something.
in the summer, somebody's gonna be balling
For sure.
So yeah,
I'm just more talking like NFL.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure,
NBA.
for
NFL
sure.
is gonna come on in a couple of weeks.
But it's
is
like
cool.
before you know it, the way time be flying these days, man.
Facts. We'll be in August watching football.
Yeah.
But if you have not subscribed to the channel,
Do that, man.
Yeah, we'll see y'all next week.
Real early.
Early.